Hi guys, I just wanted to record this for you because I wanted to be a bit clearer on the assignment and your first assignment and what I would do if I were you now. I've logged into Office and I clicked on the Teams logo. It automatically opened a new tab and I have my first assignment that I need to do. So I'm going to go to Assignments and then I'm going to go to Collection of Work Part 1. This is the information that I need to submit. And the rubric is where the detail is. So I'm going to introduce my place of work. And for my example, I'm going to do a housekeeping in the Hilton Hotel, for example. So I'm going to do a quick intro on the Hilton, maybe steal stuff from the website, copy and paste it in. Remember to include the link of where you got the information from. And I'm starting a document to put this into. An organizational chart. I think the Hilton already has one. I can take it from my work website, or I'll just create my own one, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm going to say I am focusing on the housekeeping department and talk about my department, how many staff there is, how many supervisors there are, and maybe what our department actually does within the organization. Then I'm going to focus on the standards and guidelines recommended for housekeeping within an Irish hotel. So that kind of level. Then I'm going to talk about staff, the advantages and disadvantages of using contract staff versus in-house staff. Contract staff are the temporary staff. For example, in housekeeping, if all my staff came down with COVID and I had to quickly get all of my 100 rooms ready by 3 o'clock, what company do I ring to provide staff for me? At what cost? As an example, so there's different companies out there that will provide contract staff or temporary staff for an event or an emergency or something quick and easy for me to resolve this problem. So you're coming from a supervisor's perspective, like you're solving a problem. So versus in-house staff, were there anybody in the staff that have previously worked in housekeeping that I could use? And could they give me a dig out for this particular emergency? So you just want to contrast and compare between use of contract or in-house, and you could use an example if you wanted. And also give examples of companies that would provide you with contract staff. Then there's professional associations explained. We have lots of stuff on the collaboration space and people have already done for you there. And unions, what unions are available. If there are no unions, were there staff committees set up within my organisation, and talk about them and why they're there and what they do and the advantages and disadvantages of them. That's basically it. So I'm going to leave that there, go into my Office tab that was opened, my collection of work. This is what I'm going to start. And I've decided myself that I'm going to use one document, and I'm going to call this one Part 1. And I'm going to go back in to my class notebook, which is in Teams, Supervisory Management, General, Class Notebook. Click on the little library books. So I thought what we did today as a student enough to get me started. So if we click on this page, I like this page, but this is, I can copy and paste it or I can add to it to help others. But if I just want this for myself, I'm going to click on this, copy. So I right clicked, copy, and go back down to my section. So let's go to your name and go to collection of work section. And in this page, I'm going to add this page in this area. Click on the white space, right click and press paste. And then that page that we were all working on will then appear here. And then I can make this my own, or I can copy all this that everyone did. Control A, Control C, go back into the tab where my Word document is open and paste it all in there. So then this is a good way to get me started. So I'm going to introducing Hilton Charlemont. Go to the internet, Hilton Charlemont. So I've just taken some stuff from the website, copied it, and then go back in here and I can paste it. Just a word of advice: when you're pasting stuff from websites, right click and say paste text only, and that way it won't bring over the HTML code with it. So I'm just going to do, it's got 100 bedrooms. So just put some statistics about the hotel. I just made all this up, but you'd have to put in what was relevant to your company you're thinking of focusing on. So 10 bedrooms, 2 restaurants, 1 formal, 1 casual bar, 5 conference rooms, 5 departments, 60 staff members, and whatever stats you want to throw in there for introducing the hotel or the company itself that you're going to be focusing on. Then the next thing I want to do is the organizational chart. I'm going to use the same format as that one. So as I showed you before, it's in PowerPoint, new, and I'm just going to call this Hilton Organizational Chart, just for my own file management. Make sure, get rid of him, so you click on the edge and then you delete. So remember, it's insert, smart art, scroll down to hierarchy, and I'm going to put in GM, and then I'll go sales marketing. Okay, and then you want to indicate that there is a supervisor in here. So you go new line. I just clicked here and then I clicked return. Then if you tab in on your keyboard, it just makes a new, so supervisor or team leader, maybe they're called now, whatever it is relevant for you. So we want to stick a team leader in for conference and banqueting. Over team lead, and let's say they have an assistant team lead. So what you're trying to show is that these people report, that person reports to that person, reports to that person. So let's get rid of everybody else just for the sake of this. Get rid of him, can I? Let's press delete on the keyboard. Okay, so let's say I'm finished with that. Get rid of the text box, grab the corner and pull it, grab the other corner and pull it. Let's say you're happy with this. So one of the things I like to do when I'm copying something from a website or somewhere else that I want to place into somewhere else, I use my snipping tool and I do new. So how I found the snipping tool is go to the type here to search section of your which is on the bottom corner, and then I go to snipping tool, new. I actually have a whole video on this on my channel. So it grays out the area you're snipping. I'm just going to go to the top left of the picture I'm placing into my Word document. That's the bit I want to put in my Word document. Let go. So I literally pressed on my mouse, dragged it across, let go. It appeared here. Now I'm going to click into my collection of work, go back to where I want the organizational chart, and press paste, Control V or right click paste. And there it is in my document. So that's part 1 done, introducing. Part 2, organizational chart. Let's go back to where was the rubric again. Assignments, collection of work, rubric. So introduction, workplace, organization, organizational chart, that's done. Department clearly identified. Okay, go back. I will be focusing I'm introducing my department. I'm talking about the housekeeping department, and I will be talking about housekeeping for the rest of my project. I'm talking about the ins and the outs of our department. How many staff are there? How many service rooms? How many are supervisors? How many managers are there? How many floors do you service? Is there a supervisor per floor? That type of stuff. So you're just introducing your department that you're focusing on. The next thing you need to do is standards and guidelines recommended practice. So here's all the collection of work, and this is all the stuff that we did. I copied and pasted that into the document that I'm working on, which is here. So this is the bit, the up-to-date standards. So I'm going to use this as a new title. So highlight that, format this the same. I'm going to make this hug the left side of the page. There we go. Get rid of this. So get rid of this. So this is the next bit I need to talk about. Up-to-date standards and guidelines, recommended practices that affect supervision and the work environment, focusing on the... So I'm not going to do that for you, but it's... So you're focusing on the housekeeping department. So what are the standards and guidelines recommended for Irish hotels and the housekeeping department within Irish hotels? What is relevant? What can you find? And use the class notebook as a way to help you find out where to get information from. So use my content library, look at my notes that I set up. Is there anything relevant or helpful there? Is there anything relevant or helpful here in the websites or the YouTube videos? This is the level 6 aspect of your work. You need to go and find it out for yourself, and maybe start here, maybe Google things, maybe ask your duty manager or your manager that you get on well with in work. Ask them the questions that you need to have answered in your collection of work. Remember, you're referencing whoever you spoke to, you're referencing whatever websites you went to. For anything that wasn't your own words, I need to see where you got that information from. And remember, I've made a video on my YouTube channel about that as well. So going on to the next bit. So the next part I need to do some research about is contract staff, advantages and disadvantages versus in-house staff. Why I would use them as a supervisor or not, and then what companies exist. And then membership of professional organisations, what ones are there that are available to the hotel industry? What do they provide? Why would I bother being part of one? Give an example of one maybe, and just to explore your point a bit more. And then unions and staff committees. If there are, what unions are there for housekeepers? If there aren't any, are there any staff committees within your organisation? Explain about them. Okay, so let's say I'm finished this collection of work part 1, and I'm going to share this with my teacher to ask them for feedback if you are feeling that you need my help. So you can just go to share, click Julianne, see my little cartoon head, and press send, and then I'll get an email notifying me that I got that, and I will then comment as I showed in class. Let's say I'm happy, I'm ready to submit my assignment. Go to collection of work part 1. You need to add work, then go to, it's already linked to my OneDrive, which is brilliant. Okay, so collection of work Julianne, that is the thing I worked on today. That's what I want to turn in, attach. If you want to attach it from somewhere else, you can upload from your computer. There's another way of doing it. Remember, I downloaded it. So collection of work, there it is, and you could attach it that way, or you can attach it straight from your OneDrive and attach. I'm going to turn it in. So when you turn it in, I can look at it and I can send it back to you. And when I send it back to you, it goes into your activity feed and it says assignment returned. So that's where you'll find an assignment that you accidentally submitted to me. It'll be up there, and then view your assignment, and then you can view any statements I made, or you can redo it again, or you can attach it again. Okay. I hope that helped, and I'll see you on Tuesday.